Round 5 of the championship sees us head back to California. The Oakland track this week is going to be a challenge for even the best of riders. Who will deal with the track the best? Jake Rose was holding the red plate in the 250 class, just ahead of fellow Brit Ben Seberg. Unfortunately, Seberg would be ruled out by injury for this round. 450 saw Lynn still holding the red plate, edging out Alexis Leclerc and Russ Chapman, who coincidentally has changed team to ART Kawasaki for the remainder of the season. Here is what happened in Oakland. The 250 main event looked very competitive tonight. A good start would be vital. Securing this early advantage would be the fast starting Dutchman Tristan Botteram. Would he be able to run with the top guys this week? Jake Rose had a good start and had set himself up to keep hold of that red plate. The Englishman was in second early on and was hunting down Tristan Botteram. The man everyone is talking about right now is Jack Haley. Once again, he had started within the top 5 and wasn't too far off the top group. A lap later, Jack Haley would find himself behind the Australian Phil Ball. Haley showed incredible speed in the whoops and secured 4th place. After a costly mistake from Jake Rose, Logan Lightsall took 2nd place. The MV Films rider was riding well and seemed to be finding his flow. Would he be able to do anything about Tristan Botteram out front though? Anton Edberson of Mitas Racing was having his best race of the season. The Swede was sitting in 6th place. Even though he was a long way off the top 5, I'm sure he'll be very happy with his ride so far. The battle for 2nd place was exciting the Northern California crowd. Logan Lightsall, Jack Haley and Jake Rose were trading paint. Rose would be disappointed to be at the back of this group, considering the start he had. All 3 of these riders were still 5 seconds behind Tristan Botteram. Just 1 lap later, and once again, relaxed tyres, Jack Haley was on the move. Logan Lightsall missed the 2nd triple in the rhythm section, and it allowed Haley through. With only half the race gone, Haley looked the man to beat. Lap 9 would see all of the top 4 in the same shot. Botteram's lead had shrunk down to less than a second over Jack Haley. He still had the pressure from Logan Lightsall and Jake Rose though. The top 4 were separated by only 2 seconds at this point, and Phil Ball was another 9 seconds behind in 5th. On the same lap we saw a pass for the lead. Botteram felt the pressure and cased the triple before the finish. Haley dived down the inside of the Dutchman and led the field onto lap 10. Jack Haley now led Logan Lightsall by 10 seconds. It looked like the American would be taking yet another 26 points away from Oakland. Lightsall was riding well and had a small 3-second gap over Jake Rose in 3rd. Botteram seemed to tire and had fallen off the pace. He was now 20 seconds behind Jake Rose, but was still having a great ride. But once again it would be Jack Haley taking the 250 West main event win. The relaxed tyre rider rode a composed race and finished ahead of Logan Lightsall and Jake Rose in 2nd and 3rd. Our 250 Rider of the Night goes to our winner, Jack Haley. Haley has put in together such an impressive run of results that he has moved into 2nd in points, even after missing Anaheim 1. Keep your eyes on the battle between him and Jake Rose at the remaining rounds of the West Championship. Taking the honours here in the 250 class in Oakland, it was Jack Haley. He was joined on the podium by MV Films' Logan Lightsall and Architects Jake Rose. Tristan Botteram came home 4th, but he would still be happy even after leading half of the main event. He just beat Phil Ball to the line. Clay Alfie would bring his Mancake machine home in 6th place, just ahead of Holden Coe in 7th, who would find himself in a Mancake sandwich as Ryan Mahan finished in 8th. Harry White and Matthias Lidman finished in 9th and 10th respectively. Jake Rose still leads the 250 championship, but only by 3 points over Jack Haley. Logan Lightsall has now moved into 3rd after bouncing back well this week. Seberg has now dropped to 4th after missing tonight racing. With 4 different winners from the opening 4 rounds, the 450 class is wide open. Grabbing the whole shot here in Oakland will be Volcom's Tyson Fresquez. Was now the time for Fresquez to show everyone why he is a multiple Supercross champion. Another rider who wanted to show everyone he is back is fan favourite Dennis Fjellberg. The Dane made this brave pass to get around Jeremy Cohenhauer into 2nd place. On lap 3 we saw a change for the lead. Fresquez lost the front end in turn 1, and this meant Dennis Fjellberg was now leading. Dennis had shown speed all season, but hadn't managed to put together a full main event. Tyson Fresquez would also lose positions to MV Films duo Jeremy Cohenhauer and Atom Holm. Connor Linz had made an okay start to the main event here in Oakland. He was just ahead of title rival Alexis Leclerc. Leclerc tried to make a move down the inside, but the Brit showed strength and held the position. Madcape Kawasaki now were running first and second. Jesse Mullins had passed Cohenhauer and Holm, but had a small gap of 5 seconds to close on his teammate Dennis Fjellberg. Jeremy Shipley was now in 6th place on lap 8. The relaxer tyre rider had seemed to simmer down after his great start to the season. Could he reignite his title chances with a podium here in Oakland? After a shock decision to leave iLab, Russ Chapman was not having the best of races here in Oakland. The American was buried down in 16th place behind his new teammate, Jeremy Seabolt. The halfway point would see Dennis Fjellberg leading Connor Lins by 11 seconds. Fjellberg looked his usual super fast self this week, but was also riding much more consistent. Would he be able to hold on for another 10 minutes and take the victory? MXSEMF's own Maxime Tisson was having his best race of the season. The Frenchman was stuck in an ART sandwich, but he would still be happy with 12th place. The battle for 5th was the tightest on the track. Holm was the man in 5th, but he was under intense pressure from both Shipley and Mullins. Holm was having yet another great ride. The American seemed to be growing in confidence every passing week. Connor Lins didn't seem to have much for Dennis Fjellberg at this point. The top 3 were neither gaining or losing on each other. Lins would still be gaining valuable points in the championship though, as he was finishing ahead of his nearest rivals. The battle for 5th continued on lap 16. Shipley had dropped back a little, allowing Mullins a clean run at Atom Holm. Mullins took the inside going back onto the start, but Atom Holm didn't give it up and retook the position. A mistake from Dennis Fjellberg meant his lead over red plate holder Connor Lins had shrunk to around a second. Would Lins go all out for the win, or would he show composure and either wait for another mistake from Fjellberg or settle for second? 2 of the most experienced riders were duelling for 8th place. Tyson Fresquez just led his teammate Hunter Root. Both riders would make the move on Jeremy Shipley after the relaxer tyre rider went down after cross-rutting in the rhythm section. Root would make the pass on his teammate in the next section after Fresquez missed a triple out. Once again, the MV Films riders were at a centre of a battle. Cohenhauer led Holm and Mullins. Jeremy was having his best race of the season by far and was trying to defend his 4th place. Taking the checkered flag here in Oakland would be the elated Dane Dennis Fjellberg. Finally, the crowd pleaser put together a full main event. He finished 3 seconds ahead of Connor Lins at the line, and Leclerc rounded out the podium just a few seconds back. Our 450 Rider of the Night will go to Dennis Fjellberg. After a run of average results this year, the super stylish Mancate rider finally got to the front early on and stayed there. He showed composure throughout the race, even when he had Lins and Leclerc breathing down his neck. It will be interesting to see if this can kickstart his season. Our Oakland podium consisted of Dennis Fjellberg, Connor Lins and Alexis Leclerc. Jesse Mullins made his way up to 4th late on, and he finished just ahead of Atom Holm in 5th. Hunter Root stormed through the field to eventually come home in 6th place, just ahead of a probably disappointed Jeremy Cohenhauer after losing 3 positions on the final lap and dropping to 7th. Shipley finished 8th ahead of ART rider Jeremy Seabolt. Tyson Fresquez rounded out the top 10, but we are still yet to see him at his best this year. In the championship hunt, Connor Lins extended his lead to 10 points over Frenchman Alexis Leclerc. Russ Chapman dropped back to 3rd after a disappointing night here in Oakland. He is now tied on points with Mancape's Jesse Mullins. So that concludes the highlights from here in Oakland. The 250 class once again showed some excellent racing, and in the 450 class we had yet another different winner, making it 5 from 5. We'll return in a week's time in San Diego, where the 250 guys will race for the final time before their mid-season break. Will it be Rose or Haley holding the red plate over the break? Join us next week to find out what went on.